Here I am at the White River Amphitheater. The Offspring just finished playing. Here I am with Scott. How are you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Clayton?
So there's 3 bands that played tonight. Newfound Glory, Jimmy Eat World, and the Offspring. Have you seen any of them before?
Yep. Seen Newfound Glory. This is 4th or 5th time? 4th, 5th, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Second time seeing Jimmy Eat World. I saw them with 2018 Billie Eilish opened. She had 20 minutes and nobody knew who she was, and they said that she was going to go big. That was at Deck the Hall Ball.
Okay.
And then Jimmy Eat World, Bastille, and Death Cab for Cutie. So that was kind of cool. And then Offspring I saw 2 years ago here with Simple Plan. And
at the amphitheater?
Yeah, right, same place.
Oh, okay. Nice. So for Newfound Glory, how does this performance from them compare to previous concerts you've seen?
Bigger venue, so that's cool. When they headline, it's been Showbox Soto and Neptune is where I've seen them. When we were in Denver, that was a pretty big one. But yeah, so it's different, smaller set. I think it was 7 songs. Does that sound about right? Yeah. But big venue, so that was pretty cool to see them in a big venue like this, and they sounded pretty good, and they were hyped.
Oh yeah, I personally thought there was a lot more energy from them compared to Jimmy Eat World, or I've got more experience listening to and seeing Newfound Glory than Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah, ditto. Yeah, Jimmy Eat World. I wouldn't go and see them, but they were okay. They had some good hits. They sounded okay, but they're pretty mellow. Just kind of like somebody mentioned when I saw Weezer this past weekend. They're just there. They sound great, but they're just there, right? And Jordan was all over the place in the end, and yeah, Newfound Glory did a great job.
Yeah. How about the Offspring? What did you think of their set?
They're just awesome. That was the best intermission I've ever seen before in between bands. That was pretty cool.
It's pretty interactive.
Interactive, right? It keeps people engaged, so I really like that. And man, I had Smash when it came out. That was the CD on the floorboard of my car. I think I had a Jetta back then. And when it talks about reaching in the glove box, gonna wreck the fuckers ride, I was like, just remember driving in LA traffic, listening to that CD. And that CD, I remember, was so scratched up, because that was back in the day of single CD, maybe, and it was in the booklet case full of CDs, right? So it was always on the floorboard or something, and just pull it out and it got trashed. So I love that album. That was one of my favorites.
So I think I've heard the Offspring in passing, but I've never really listened to them before tonight. It's kind of like my first time listening to them, and it was live. Was Smash their first album?
No.
Okay.
Autumn taught me it was their second album.
Okay.
So yeah, their first album. The other thing I learned this weekend, my buddy's band Coffin Break played, who you've seen before. The Offspring opened for Coffin Break back in 91 or something like that. And Pete Litwin from Coffin Break said literally 10 months later they sold 1 million copies of Smash.
Wow.
And that was
was Offspring's like small back then in 91?
They were small.
Okay.
Actually, the dates could be wrong. I can't remember. But I think it was early 90s, yeah.
Do you have a favorite Offspring song?
Oh, man. They're all pretty... Yeah, I don't know. Self-Esteem. I mean, that was the last song. That's always been a great one.
I thought the whole set was really great.
Yeah, the whole set was pretty good.
Do you remember? Can you recall like your first experience with the Offspring, or like what drew you to them?
Whoa, I don't know. I'm gonna guess. It must have been. I moved up here in '92, and I bet it was on 107.7 The End.
Okay.
I bet I heard it there, and went to Tower Records, or something like that, and bought that CD. Yeah, that's my guess.
How about Newfound Glory? How did you find out about them? Like, how long have you been listening to them?
So, Autumn told me this recently. I have a mixed CD from like 03, 04, and I had some random, I think it's called Vegas, on one of those. I didn't even know I put it on there. I didn't know them that well, but it was on a mixed CD. But a friend of mine back in 07, I think, told me about From the Screen to Your Stereo. And I started listening to that, and I thought it was awesome.
Is that one of the covers albums?
Yeah, one of the covers albums. I just thought that was super cool, and I hadn't really heard much of them in between, except just those hits and stuff.
Okay.
So, but I've grown to love them because everybody in my family loves them.
That's awesome. And do you have a favorite song from Newfound Glory or favorite album?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, that is a tough one. Truth of My Youth.
Truth in My Youth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that one.
Do you...
That's off Catalyst. That's
okay.
good.
Is there like a particular reason why, or you just love it?
I just love that. I'm never really one that likes the hits. I mean, I like the hits, but I like those other tracks that not everybody knows, but really just jives with me. And that one I really love the way it sounds, the composition, and the energy.
Okay. Cool. Do you have any other upcoming concerts?
Oh my gosh, are we on a break? Oh, Tuesday we're going with Aspen to see Bless the Fall at the Crocodile. I'm excited to go see that.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't know. Last time I saw Knock Loose with her, and I was not a fan of Knock Loose.
Oh, geez. I heard they're pretty heavy.
That was so
hardcore.
Heavy. That was bad. After that, I know we have a few other things. Oh, All Time Low.
All Time. Oh, when's that?
That is Autumn. Autumn. When is All Time Low? I think it's October.
Okay. Cool. And lastly, do you have a favorite concert venue?
Showbox Market's pretty sick. I like Showbox Market. It's so small and intimate. But, the Crocodile is pretty awesome. I've only been to a few concerts there now, but I like that size, and it's updated. Showbox Market's sticky and kind of like... El Corazone's cool, but it's sticky and gross too, but I like the small ones.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Showbox at the Market, that's one of the most beautiful venues I've ever been inside of. And Showbox, or not, the Crocodile, were you there before the remodel? I heard it got remodeled a few years ago.
Oh, well, it was in Pioneer Square, and I went there a long time ago.
Oh.
I saw some classics there, like Stabbing Westward, Machines of Love and Grace, and Sweetwater, and a bunch of other bands back in the day. But yeah, when it moved up to where that steakhouse, El Gaucho, that was the old El Gaucho.
Okay.
So they're there, and it's new and awesome, and the bar there serves Tats delicatessen sandwiches, which are the best pastrami sandwiches.
What's your favorite kind of sandwich?
It's a Reuben.
Reuben. Oh, my dad loves those. I'm not really a big fan of sauerkraut, though.
No. I like sauerkraut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Okay. Thank you.